The Asus Zenbook 14 UM425UA is one of the well-built and well-designed ultrabooks that you can find on the market right now. So of course, with good looks, Asus has also packed some solid hardware which does sort of positions the 2021 Zenbook 14 as a formidable ultrabook in the sub 1 lakh rupees price segment. But how do the positives stack up when it comes to the real world performance? Hello everyone, Aman here from Mr. Phone, and before we get going, here's a soft reminder about our upcoming gaming tournament called Valo Wars, which will be live streamed starting October 27th only on the Mr. Phone Gaming YouTube channel. So what are you waiting for? Register if you haven't already. Details are in the description below. Now, the moment you take the Asus Zenbook 2021 Ryzen edition in your hands, you realize how thin, light, portable and premium this machine is. And along with the good looks, this laptop also features a solid build thanks to a metal construction which comes with US military grade standard for protection against bumps and drops. You'll also find sharp chamfers on this laptop which admittedly do add up to the character, but honestly I did end up getting accidentally hurt once or twice. So do be cautious of that if you buy this. Otherwise, I also found the Ergo Lift hinge, yes that's what Asus calls it, on the Zenbook 2021 to be firm enough. It does give the laptop a slight angle for a comfortable typing experience, just the way I would like it, and of course it also helps in better heat flow and thermals. Not to mention, it is also very easy to lift the lid with just one finger, so that is great. On the outside, the lid features a brushed metal finish with an off-center Asus logo. At the bottom is where you find the stereo speakers by Harman Kardon. On the inside, you'll see that the bezels on the Zenbook 2021 are quite slim and the laptop has a screen to body ratio of 90%, which is good. For authentication, there's Windows Hello which unlocks the laptop in a jiffy. There's also an edge-to-edge keyboard along with a wide trackpad which comes with a virtual number pad. Overall, when it comes to the design, well, Asus has done an excellent job with the Zenbook 14 2021. I mean, this laptop weighs only about 1.2 kilograms, measures under 15 millimeters in thickness, which makes it extremely portable. So definitely a good job with the design and build. Now let's talk about the display. So this right here is a 14-inch Full HD IPS LED display which offers 100% sRGB coverage, and as I earlier mentioned, 90% screen to body ratio you're getting here, which means slim bezels. Now in terms of brightness, you only get up to 250 nits, but for the most part, this shouldn't be an issue since the panel gets ample bright indoors and is actually very pleasing when it comes to content consumption. Even the viewing angles for that matter are pretty wide, so that is great. So yes, I did like the color reproduction on the Zenbook 14 here, although I won't call it the most accurate, but again, as I said, for content consumption, it is a good panel. Of course, the credit goes to the optimization and the IPS panel that you get here. Now let's talk about the performance. So this is the Zenbook 14 UM425UA and it is powered by the 1.8 GHz Ryzen 7 5700U chipset coupled with AMD Radeon R7 graphics. There's also a trimmed down version with the Ryzen 5 5500U chipset that comes with 8 GB RAM. Now this machine has 16 GB of LPDDR4X RAM coupled with 512 GB of NVMe PCIe 3.0 SSD storage. For connectivity, there's a Wi-Fi 6 plus dual band Bluetooth 5.0. In terms of I/O, there's an HDMI 2.1 port along with two USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C ports that support external display and power delivery. This is on the left. On the right is where you find the traditional USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A port along with a micro SD card reader. So when it comes to the port selection, the laptop is well equipped. Of course, I would have loved to see a full-sized SD card reader here, but even the micro SD card reader does the job. Although not having the 3.5mm headphone jack is kind of a bummer, but Asus does give you this adapter. This is a 3.5mm to Type-C dongle that you get inside the box. So this is great, but definitely not denying that the headphone jack should have been there. Now quickly showing you guys the Cinebench R23 scores and the read and write speeds of this machine. You can pause your screens right now. So in terms of day-to-day use, this is a solid machine guys. Haven't actually faced any performance issues or slowdowns or lags honestly. Multitasking has been great, RAM management has also been good. In fact, even when you're running multiple things at once, the laptop does not heat, which is good. And despite this being a 60Hz panel, the screen response time is great. That is, while you're navigating around the UI or scrolling through web pages, things are very smooth. Of course, the software here, that is Windows 10, has been very responsive. And on top, there's also the My Asus app that lets you customize a bunch of settings. So say if you want to change your display profile, you can do it through My Asus app. Then you can also tweak power and performance related things, connectivity and so on. The Zenbook 14 2021 was also able to handle some light video editing and photo editing as well. Although when it comes to hardcore gaming, well, don't expect much here. That is not this laptop's forte. As for the keyboard and trackpad, well, as you can see, it is an edge-to-edge backlit chiclet keyboard with a 1.4mm key travel. So key spacing is pretty decent, even the travel is great. Although I did find it to be on the mushier side when you hit the keys, but overall good keyboard for typing, no major issues here. The trackpad as well is wide and I found it to be accurate. It supports the Windows Precision drivers. There's also a virtual number pad that can be enabled by simple tap in the top right corner. Now this is a staple of Asus laptops for quite some time now, so good to see that, and of course it works flawlessly. So guys, right now I'm recording from the webcam of the Asus Zenbook 14 2021 Ryzen edition. This is a 720p camera that you get on this laptop. There are two mics, one on either side, and this is the kind of output you can expect whenever you do your video calls or say conference calls. I've also turned on the AI noise cancellation feature through the My Asus app, so let me know how does my audio sound and what do you think about the overall output. Let me know in the comments. In terms of endurance, there's a 4-cell 67Wh battery with support for 65W fast charging via the supplied charger. And by fast charging, I mean I usually found this laptop to be around the 80% mark in an hour of charging. Now in my usage, where I do a lot of writing, watch YouTube videos, do web browsing, do video calls and some photo editing, well, I was easily able to last about 7 to 8 hours on a single charge, and I was getting this result consistently. Now your mileage might vary, but as per my experience, if you usually use your laptop for work purposes, that does not involve hard hitting stuff such as video editing or gaming, I think so you should easily be able to last at least 8 hours on a single charge with this laptop. So the Asus Zenbook 14 UM425UA is priced around 95,000 rupees, that is the Ryzen 7 model, and the Ryzen 5 model can be bought for around 80,000 rupees. So first I'm going to talk about cons, and according to me, I felt that a headphone jack should have been here, and if I have to be very picky, then a higher refresh rate screen would also have been great. But otherwise, for its price, you're getting a good looking laptop that's premium, portable and offers good day-to-day performance. I would say if you're looking for a thin and light laptop that is not a MacBook Air, I think the Asus Zenbook 14 2021 Ryzen edition is a solid pick. And that was my review of the Asus Zenbook 14 2021 Ryzen edition. So guys, share all your thoughts and queries in the comments below. As always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Thank you for watching.